back in 1932, when Donald Douglas and his team set out to design an aircraft to a trans-world airway specification, the end result was a piece of inspired aeronautical engineering. The DC-3 was sturdy, reliable, economical, comfortable, and safe. It still is.
The DC-3 is perhaps the world's best-known, best-loved airliner. Its elegant lines have been gracing our skies for more than 60 years. In Australia, Dakota National Air still operates a fleet of 7, taking passengers on nostalgic journeys back to the golden age of air travel. The history of this legendary aircraft has been well documented. But what was it like to fly? In the next 60 minutes, we'll find out. For Captain Jack Curtis, a 22,000-hour veteran, this is just another day at the office. For co-pilot Chris Lynn, this is his first trip as a first officer.
Sorry, back. That's the shot. If there were no oil leaks, there's no oil in the engine, but yeah, we take that as a joke. Then, of course, the oil cooler, very important. I usually do a bit of a scan like this, so as you're looking right through, and to make sure there are no obstructions, leaves. So if you care to have a look, you can see right through on all the honeycombing there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's all clear.
In there. Yeah, it's all clear.
Without going into explicit detail, but generally the wheel well. See, there's no oil leaks from the rather large oil tank up there. Anything that's obvious to you, the drippings. Have a look here at the undercarriage, and of course this is what we call the undercarriage pin. A correction of Mike India November, and just a very brief history. Mike India November was formerly a C-47, World War II, finished with the RAF, the Royal Air Force in Scotland, and was then brought to Australia in the year 1946-47. Rev counter, RPMs, and the manifold pressure, and then continuing through there, just a duplication for the first officer of the instrumentation that's on the left-hand side. On the far corner there is the two hydraulic gauges. One indicates the undercarriage downline pressure, the black one indicates the pressure that's required for the operation of the hydraulic controls. And the hydraulic controls on this aircraft are the gear, the flaps, used to be the autopilot, and of course the windscreen wipers. Flaps, of course, if I hadn't mentioned the flaps, but the autopilot is now removed. And then on the centre pedestal here, sticking to the original cockpit layout, left-hand main or left-hand fuel selector. Across here, the right-hand fuel selector, and the carby heat controls for flying through icing. Below here we have the trims, which I'm sure any of you DC-3 buffs would know what the trims were for, the parking brake, and a crossfeed control for the two crossfeed. Transponder is on this flight is not required.
Tail lock.
Tail lock is in.
Gear latch.
Gear is to be unlatched. Thanks.
Spring release. Friction nut.
Friction nut is tight.
Gyros.
Gyros are aligned with the runway on a heading of 220.
And I have 220. Takeoff clearance.
We don't require here, there's no tower.
Landing lights.
Are on.
And pitos.
Pito heat is not required.
Line up checklist complete.
Checklist is complete. And no traffic in the area, we're cleared for takeoff. Fuel set me 48 inches, thanks Chris.
48 inches and all clear.
And folks, we are about to commit ourselves to flight.
Hey, 48 inches is set. T's and P's are good. low power is now set. We'll go back to climb power, thanks. 32.5, 2050 rounds.